It is not a real place. People
Yeah.
do crazy stuff all the time, and you just kind of have to deal with it. And I guess with it, you having all these followers, and then stardom comes like hate and all this different type of stuff. But only thing I've noticed is that people are very intimidated by natural black.
As if things couldn't get much worse, Claressa Shields made a shocking admission. People are taking sides, dragging names, and challenging everything we believe to be true about Remy and Papoose's purported perfection on the internet, which is currently in full meltdown mode. But how did it all start? Why is Clarissa making this public all of a sudden? Above all else, Papo is her baby daddy. Don't assume that Remy is just lounging around. What is left behind by this? Remy, it all started when Claressa Shields decided she could no longer hide anything. She got the kind of news that might end any relationship all of a sudden. Rumors of turmoil started to spread months ago, and people were already watching Papoose and Remy's marriage. But nobody expected Claressa to step in and make things worse. She made it clear that Papoose was more than just a buddy or mentor by hinting at their secret relationship on social media. Initially, people weren't sure if they should accept him as her child's father. Despite Claressa's reputation for being outspoken, this ridiculous charge led some people to assume she was trolling. Some folks thought she was providing information regarding a long-running issue, but the real kicker, nothing. No statement, no denial, no effort to clear his name. And in situations like this, words are not as powerful as silence. Wouldn't Papoose have taken it down immediately if it weren't true? His failure to intervene only fueled the fires, and shortly, to uncover any clue that this might have been taking place secretly, fans started drawing parallels and bringing up previous interactions between him and Claressa. Remy was being constantly monitored in the meantime. According to some sources, she had suspicions for a while, but nothing serious enough to face Papoose, while others believe she found out about it on social media like everyone else. Either way, one thing was for sure, she would not ignore this.
I want it. Look at her insecurity. If y'all know the woman, this woman, you know a woman, this woman wants to, don't nobody want to be no drug team, no loser. She get all these things that you fucking out. Listen. Again, an insecure woman. Again, an insecure woman. Okay.
When Remy heard what Clarissa had to say, she initially vented on Instagram, since she's never the kind to remain silent when someone approaches her. Everyone understood exactly who she was talking about. Even though she didn't name them, she made it clear that she felt duped when she shared an enigmatic message about disloyalty and fake love. But that was just the start. She wasn't shy about mocking Claire's response to the incident and expressing her displeasure in her Instagram stories, which criticized women who model their brands after other people's men. Thereafter, she spent years concentrating on Papoose. Papoose had proven to be the perfect husband by helping Remy when she was in jail, preserving her good name, and being a supportive friend. But now Remy accused him of being a taker rather than a giver. People raced to the internet to express their feelings of exploitation in this whole issue, expressing comments that ranged from praising Remy to condemning her for her handling of the problem. She had every right to be upset, according to some. Since the truth was now known, some thought she was merely playing the victim, but it became clear that there was still much work to be done as the drama unfolded in real time.
Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever. Right? He done came out and done said it. It's not a thing of me having an issue with her. My only issue is why you leaked my number. It ain't no thing, oh, I want him and he's married to you. And it's not that. I'm a girl's girl. So when it comes to like that, that's not it. Don't look at me and say, oh, you just came and messed up this happy home and stuff like that. Because that's not what happened. We would still not be public, or people wouldn't know still right now, because that's not how he does things. That's not how I'm doing things moving forward. Like for me, I'm just not like that. I'm not fighting over nobody's I'm not fighting over no man. She's mad that he moved on while she's moved on. You know, people want their cake and they want to eat it too.
So she did leak your number on the internet. Has that affected you? Have people been using it and calling?
Absolutely. All these private calls and reds. If I go to Miss, right, look, this is all people who are calling for her.
They have a lot of...
Everything changed when leaked text conversations started to circulate online, just when we thought things couldn't get much worse. Screenshots of messages between Claressa Shields and Papoose that were allegedly seized from her phone surfaced. If these texts are real, it seems that Claressa was not just peripherally associated with him, but actively involved, urging him to be truthful, to quit scheming, to commit. She penned phrases like I don't deserve to be hidden. If you really love me, why are you still lying? These weren't the feelings of someone who had a quick affair. I'm more having things. Immediately, fans started to piece together Tessa's seemingly sincere interest in the connection. Claressa understood exactly what she was getting into and was now playing the victim, according to some, while others disagreed, believing that Papoose had been leading her on with promises he couldn't make. But the true blow was delivered when Remy decided to strike back. Remy went on a full-fledged Instagram rampage, posting cryptic words that followers believe were aimed at both Claressa and Papoose, rather than allowing the speculations to run wild. She continued after claiming in one of her posts that some individuals will believe anything to make them feel better about their bad choices. Sources claim that Remy has information about Claressa and Pipo, and she isn't hesitant to utilize it. According to her, she has proof that Claressa knew Papoose was still seeing her and persisted in pressuring. Others even question whether Remy simply exposed herself in her quest to tell the truth. Did she know about Papa's relationship with Claressa for a while and had kept quiet about it? Or was she desperately trying to control the story now that it was all in the open? Given all this information, Remy alluded to revealing texts in which Claressa lied about the depth of their relationship. It was clear now that no one was totally innocent in this circumstance. After remaining silent for days as the internet ruined his reputation, Papoose finally had enough. When he did speak, he didn't hold anything back in a statement that went viral on social media. In this instance, Papoose clarified that he wasn't the villain. He said he never pledged to leave Remy for Claressa, and he denied lying to her. Additionally, he said that Remy was making up details to paint herself as the victim, something he had been trying to accomplish. He hinted that he and Remy had been living apart for months and that their relationship had been broken for a long time to quietly dissolve his marriage. Things were heated at this point, even though he hinted that he knew about his predicament with Claressa long before it was made public. Apart from defending himself, Wilder Papoose revealed startling details about Remy's marriage. Insiders claim that Papo made a suggestion that Remy had dated other men during their time together. One thing was clear from the revelation of all this fresh information: the drama was far from over. Additionally, he charged her with exploiting their marriage for publicity, giving the impression that they were still together when, in reality, they had been divorcing behind closed doors. Fans were taken aback. Was Remy the one playing tricks all along, or was Papoose never the loving husband that everyone thought him to be?
Wanna make me wife or something. Kinda lock me down, gonna indict me or something. Okay. Now she on the ground talking spicy for nothing. His girlfriend mad, guess she wanna fight me or something.
The scenario is unavoidable now that the internet is demanding answers, even though at first it seemed that Remy would just accept a few subliminal messages and go on. Some fans believe she is done with Papoose after this, because this isn't the first time that rumors about their marriage have appeared. Some people think she's just pretending to save face. But why did Remy wait until now to reply if she knew about Papoose and Clarissa before the general public did? Some stories claim that she wasn't too surprised and was only hoping that. The fact that Papoose hasn't made a split public is one of the clearest signs that she may not be really done, as she has always been portrayed as the perfect loyal husband. It wouldn't be astonishing if they managed to work things out behind closed doors, considering how hard long-term relationships can be. But if Remy is really done, this may be the final nail in the coffin for one of the most talked about marriages in hip-hop. What about Clarissa? She hasn't changed her mind yet. On the contrary, she has been making her case stronger. She is facing a lot of criticism, despite her dislike, as some fans accused her of pursuing influence. She has reportedly been telling people that she is tired of being viewed as the bad guy in this situation, even though she was only stating the truth. Some claim Claressa is just another woman in a difficult situation with a man who is already taken, but it's unclear if she will try to move on or continue talking about the issue. Others believe she's waiting for. Finally, Papoose will acknowledge her in public. Some people think she will eventually distance herself to prevent more trouble, but now that everyone is looking at her, everything she does will be scrutinized. Finally, what is Papoose's next move? People's perceptions of him have been profoundly changed by this entire circumstance. He was regarded for years as the loyal ride-or-die spouse who stood by Remy no matter what, but his reputation has suffered greatly. While some admirers think he's been duped, others think he's simply another man who has been duped by himself.
Apparently, Papoose has been trying to get a divorce for some time now. He says, sad to say that Remy Ma is a narcissist. She chose to cheat repeatedly. Now that I finally moved on, she's playing victim. I have requested a divorce numerous times. She rather clout chase on social media than handle this like civilized adults. I did not want to do the social media foolishness for the sake of my 6-year-old baby. She has to go to school. As you can see, I remained quiet through it all.
Papoose has always kept to himself, but he might be in for an unpleasant surprise if he thinks he can just keep silent and let this all go. Whether it's more hacked messages, mysterious social media posts, or a public split announcement, the drama isn't finished yet. The internet is still buzzing, the receipts are constantly dropping, and the tale takes a new turn every day. In the end, this whole fiasco demonstrates to us how challenging relationships can be, particularly when they are in the spotlight. Fans now wonder if they ever really knew the truth about Remy and Papoose after what seemed to be an unshakable marriage turned into a full-blown controversy. We now want to know if you believe Claire's wrath is warranted. In all of this, what will happen to Papoose next? Kindly leave your remarks in the space provided below.